In my national speech evaluation, I would say I'd probably give myself a 14 in gaining attention. It was very original, motivating. I used humor with the crying baby, and identified with the audience and played on pathos when I talked to them about kids and loving babies and, oh, you don't want a baby to get sick. So I felt pretty strongly about that. And that's also how I showed relevance to the topic, was that everybody on some level has a kid that they love. And I did not establish credibility, so I wouldn't give myself any credit there. I would say that my main points in my thesis statement was clear about safety, parenting, and designer babies, and making the point that the national issue brings up, like, will we open the door to genetic messing with genes, which ultimately leads to those points. Previewed my body speech. My body, I don't know if I would say that my arguments were reached ultimate claim or met tests for well, I guess they did meet tests for interference, because I included the safety. FDA didn't think it was safe, but then Dr. Eager with the New York STEM Foundation seemed to think the technique was pretty safe. And I kind of mentioned that also with the designer babies, how Julian was for it and Michael Sandel wasn't exactly for it. So I think I provided some good claims. I felt really educated on the topic. I might not have sounded that way, but I felt really, really educated on the topic. Transhumanism, genetic enhancement, felt like my oral citations could have been better, but I did see myself use some transitions. I know at first I went, the issue, and now, and another, and so I had some transitions in there. And I did use according to, or in this article, and I made sure to state the article name, the author, and date, and I definitely made sure to establish credibility with, like, Dr. Eagle and Julian Sandel. And then my conclusion was a little rough. I had a summarization conclusion, and I ended with a challenge to the audience. I did state my thesis, my main points, and I referred back to parenting, like, are we going to advance or stay where we are? And then I felt like I maintained eye contact well, used my voice well, had some hand gestures, and I could have prepared a little more, practiced a little more. The topic was definitely challenging, and I felt like I adapted well to the audience. I could have used my transitions better. I had decent subheadings. Consistent supporting material. I didn't use any parallel structure, and I had trouble with discreteness and simplicity. I would give myself an 80.